Hello everybody, I'm in the Littlewood, also known as Martin, and it's finally time for me to show you this video that I've been talking about probably for the last 4 or 5 videos that I've uploaded of Wingcraft. Sorry it's been a little while since I did a video. It's just mainly been because there's been some other really cool game modes coming out that I was quite excited for, and some people were saying that they weren't too keen on the idea of me playing through all of the quests having already known how to do them. So I'm going to wait until I actually get up to quests that I don't know how to do, and I'll start recording again from there, and you can join me in all my confusion. So this video today, let me quickly explain it. So I'm obviously dubbing my voice in after this because I just did this one evening when I was playing at home and just, you know, being a little bit quiet. But this is the road that you take to get from Nessac, which is about a level 40 town, to get all the way to Troms, which is the highest level town on the server at the moment. It's level 50, and this is a massive bridge that you have to go over. You can't see them just yet, but there are magma slimes that spawn all over this bridge, all over the entrance, all over the exit, and either side of us, where these massive pillars are right now, there is lava basically beneath us. So if those magma slimes jump onto you and push you, they just knock you straight off the edge. I think they might have some kind of knockback as well, because I did try to run this solo and absolutely failed. Like, this one on me hit me and sent me flying off. So I basically went onto the server and I was like, hey, who wants to help me out? I did a global, like, you know, shout across every single server, and I was like, right, okay, everybody onto server 2, 15 minutes, you know, we're going to meet at Nessac and we're just going to run it. And then look how many people turned up. This was easily one of the coolest things that I've done inside of Minecraft. It just felt like a massive, like, force, a massive army of people. Even the admins of Wingcraft as well were really into this. Like, they took a load of screenshots and they were saying it was one of the most, like, uniformed and collective things that they'd seen. So we're currently going through the jungle. The jungle is actually level, I think, 45 to 50, and it's pretty damn difficult to get through. There are a lot of mobs inside of here. They got skeletons and all of these zombies, the few of them that you can actually see after people have whitewashed them, they're actually covered in iron armor, which is pretty cool. Don't be mistaken about the golems, they're just pets, as you'd expect. There are a lot of slimes in here as well, as you might see 1 or 2 on the road, and the slimes are pretty tough to take down. But I think we're roughly, I think we're probably about 3/4 of the way in here now. We've got this kind of nice open water patch, and luckily the water isn't like the fire games on the on the Hive servers. It doesn't mean that you're gonna end up getting poisoned if you go into the water, but it's just kind of like this nice little bridge. And mobs do spawn on this bridge sometimes as well, and they basically make it difficult for you to get across. And obviously you don't want to swim because then you're going to be super slow. But then as soon as you do get across the bridge, you are met by this. Look at this place. This is the entrance to Troms, and if you ever want to get to Troms after having come here, you can actually go through a tunnel which goes out of the Pigmen's Ravine. So if you go into the Pigmen's Ravine, go closer to where the actual creeper hideout is, and you can actually go through a really long tunnel from there, which brings you straight out into Troms, or at least very close to Troms, which is actually super handy. And the reason that I actually came here was because I wanted to get the scroll, and I also just kind of wanted to see out of curiosity, but I wanted to get the final scroll so that I could actually complete the set, and I could give them all to the guy that is at the Amnesia Tower. And when I actually give them his pool party, I don't know what was wrong with me this evening, I was just being really silly. But yeah, so I basically completed that quest, and what that allows you to do is it allows you to reset your skill points. So those ones that you set on your compass for, like, your strength, intelligence, dexterity, all those sorts of things, if you've spent them and you're not particularly happy with them, then you can actually reset them by going to the Amnesia Tower. Now, it does cost a lot of money. It costs something ridiculous like 1 condensed emerald. So basically it comes in like an XP potion. So just be aware the cost of resetting is extremely high, but usually if you're high enough level to get to Troms, as you should be, most people don't come here, and most people won't complete the quest until they're like level 40 something. But obviously I cheated a little bit. Then you can do that. But yeah, that's kind of the reason why I came here. I also noticed as well in the shop, the high potions I've seen sold in stores, not only for hunger but also for health as well, have been up to level 3, and this shop sells 4 and 5, which is quite nice. And now you'll see me in my mad scramble trying to work out exactly where to buy the scrolls. There is actually a bank in Troms, which is quite nice. So if you do actually get involved with one of these little community things, there's Ludlick, our moderator. If you do happen to get involved with one of these things, make sure you do it in a big group. You know, spend a little bit of money on the server to do one of those big shouts. There's an item identifier, which is cool. And yeah, you can just sort of go along with all your friends. And I think the quest gives you something insane like 10 to 15,000 experience for completing it. so it's a really, really handy quest. And I thought people would just be interested to see what this place looks like. It doesn't look quite as like grand and regal as I thought it might. It's still kind of like tucked away nicely. I was always expecting like the biggest city to always kind of be like this, you know, this elven, like epic, ethereal place that looks, you know, really, really fancy and really done up. And apparently I've still not been able to actually find the to find the scrolls. We've got this weird sort of place here, which I thought was a bank, but I don't think it is. I think it's just a strange hall, and there are just emeralds studded in all the chairs, so it kind of shows you just kind of how rich the people are here. And there's a really cool target over there. I don't know if you can see it to the right hand side, but there was kind of like a like an arrow target, which I thought was quite cool. And I think I do eventually find the scroll shop. It's just beneath me actually, where I'm stood right now. But I have a little wander down here because as far as I'm aware, there is actually a weapon shop over here. I think I actually go and inspect it in just a second. Oh yeah, you got this thing. One of the guys from Crafted Movie, which is nice. Because you remember Crafted Movie from their YouTube channel, they are completely mute in pretty much every video that they do. And they also have like very distinctive character heads, and they've never changed their skins, much like I haven't either. I've always kept the exact same one, but it's nice that they're sort of credited in here somewhere, and they sort of hide themselves as Easter eggs, which is quite cool. I wonder if it's actually like one Crafted Movie member inside of each city. That might be quite cool to see. And that was the first time I saw it. The first time I saw the castle. That's the kind of thing that I was hoping to see when I came here. And it wasn't until I'd actually been in and out of it that I actually clocked that that thing was actually there. There is a merchant down here actually that sells armor, so we're going to have a quick look and see what kind of armor they sell. It's pretty high level stuff. You know, it's like level 51 minimum to actually use it, but the defense it gives is insane. You can even buy a diamond chest plate from here, which is nice. I don't know how you go about acquiring the rest of diamond stuff. I reckon that probably comes from high level mob drops, like incredibly high level. That would be like, you know, end game raiding stuff. That's like raid gear and all the sockets. That's one thing that I'd love to see in Wingcraft, by the way. So they've introduced a couple of things that I've suggested, and I can't thank them enough for that. It's made the playing experience so much better. They've introduced a thing now where above the health bar and above my armor bar, it will now actually say, where it would normally have an item name, it will say what key click you've pressed. So if you're basically trying to do one of your special abilities and it's right, left, left, if you press right, left, left, it will show you on the screen each one as you press it. So you'll know that sometimes if the server's a bit laggy and you accidentally press right twice, you can know to wait, and then you can obviously do your special ability, which is cool. Ah, the scroll shop, finally. I knew we'd get here eventually. It just took about an hour to actually find our way here. And I guess really my only other suggestions would probably be the friends list. That's the only one I've had a little bit of a problem with. Obviously it's a unique situation for me being a YouTuber, but I imagine in the long run it could be quite annoying for other people as well. But if you're like trying to farm a spot, or if you're just generally trying to quest or hide and just do stuff by yourself, because sometimes you just sort of want to be a lone warrior or a lone ranger or thief or whatever other classes there are, but but yeah, so basically you sometimes want to just be by yourself. But the problem I find is that you can add people as a friend without you adding them, and then that basically tells them where you are, or at least what world you're in, not specifically your location, but what world you're in. So if they find you and then suddenly you disappear and they just go, oh, I'll just see which world he logs into, and then they come find you again anyway, and it's just like, oh god. So it might be quite nice if like some other servers that I've seen in most games as well, I guess, where they actually say you should have to add each other as friends, and then it will register entirely. So as many of you could do like /add friend in the Littlewood, but it would never work unless I were to type it back. And I think that would be a better way of actually like containing your friends list, because then that way, one, you're not going to spam your own list out, so when you do tab and you have a look at them all, then that's that. And also as well, then you can't have people stalking you, which I think would be quite cool. But anyway, I think I'm actually wrapping it up in the chat there as well for today. So that's good. So I'm going to leave that video there for today. Keep an eye out. In the next day or two, I'm going to be running the Silverfish dungeon, which you can find right the way to the east of the Almouge, the desert city. And it's basically got this really eerie entrance, and there are silverfish and there are desert spiders, and it's going to be terrifying. I don't know who I'm going to run it with yet, but I'm definitely going to get around to doing that. And I've actually just realised that I shouldn't end the video here, because I'm actually about to pick up my final scrolls and actually take them to the Amnesia Tower. So if you don't know where it is, this is going to be a really good demonstration of where to find it. So this is kind of like a forward sell of a quest, and most people will probably do this quest over time. I know that Xilubes and Monkey, they actually spent 2 hours doing this quest, which was insane. So all all you really need to do is you need to come out of Deathless, you need to come out of there to the west, so that's basically back towards Ragni and the Deathless suburbs and all those other kinds of places. And if you just sort of go in this direction, this tower right here is not the Tower of Amnesia, just so you know. It's not that one. I'm going to just jump on my horse, because my horse is fabulous. I've actually recently just applied a skin, because I obviously spent some money in the shop, and I was able to get a zombie skin / uniform for my horse, so he now looks badass. And I kind of like using the /hide ability, and then just riding around on the horse, because people can't see me, but you can't hide a horse, like, from other people's view, so it just looks like, you know, like a headless horseman, or a bodiless horseman, I guess. There's just literally nothing on it but this horse going around. Or like sometimes I'll sit it in the middle of Deathless and people will just like push it around until it despawns, because obviously the further away it gets from me, it will eventually despawn. That thing right there, actually, this is a good kind of like location working out a thing. But if you ever get lost on your way to the tower, which is right there in front of us, then you just go to the part on the map. You can get the map by going to wingcraft.com/map. You look at it and it's the part where the netherrack is, and it's just ever so slightly further south than that, and it's really, really simple to find. It's really close actually to the mushroom place. I can't remember what it's called, but it's just to the side. You can see it over the water there. And I'm just about to talk to Tynemiled, and he's the guy that gives you the quest, so I'm just about to give him the final scroll. There you go. He's asking for one from Troms. I give it to him, and ta-da! All the experience. And unfortunately, I can't actually see how much experience I got, because when I played this, I was in full screen windowed, which basically means that I lost a little bit either side, but that's fine. So you come into the Amnesia Tower. You can't actually walk inside the tower unless you've done this quest. So even if somebody gives you a liquefied emerald, you can't reset your stats until you've been to every single city. But there you go. You do that and you get a reset scroll, and I assume you just right click with that. Your entire thing will get wiped and you'll just be given all of your stuff back, which is pretty cool. So now I can actually end the video there for today. I've almost done it twice now. I've had to like record this dub a couple of times. I nearly did it when I was in Troms and I was wrapping it up at the bank. Nearly did it when we were in Deathless and we were in the bank. And now I'm probably going to tell you to another bank in this footage, and then I can do it anyway. But thank you very much for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoy the Silverfish video in the next couple of days, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.